Exciting news at the moment. Dosing is underway for EMD-RX5 and I'm joined by CEO Dr. Michael Winlo. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to chat with me. It's good to recap and share what's, happening in Emyria. So first up, what makes Emyria's over-the-counter program of cannabinoid different to any other competitors in this space?
We do have some really unique points of difference in our over-the-counter strategy compared to competitors in the space in a number of crucial ways. One of the more important ones is our choice of indication. And this clinical problem was chosen after careful analysis and consideration of our unique and proprietary real-world clinical data, the data that we've been gathering with thousands of patients who have been receiving care at our clinical service subsidiary, Emerald Clinic. And our real-world data allows us to evaluate what dose strengths and dose forms of cannabidiol have been most effective. By analyzing that, we can be really targeted on what dose form is most likely to pass the rigorous evaluation of a clinical study. And so that's why we've decided to target on the symptoms of psychological distress in patients with chronic pain. The other key thing is that our real-world data gives us a really unique perspective on long-term safety as well. It's part of our supporting evidence that we believe can be part of our TGA submission. We've deliberately chosen to use the purest form of CBD that is available, and that is a lab-created version of cannabidiol. It's got a number of advantages. It's chemically identical to the plant-derived molecules, but it contains none of the impurities or the psychoactive THC. Ultra-pure CBD in the long term is far more cost effective to manufacture, has a lower environmental impact. We believe it has the purity that's going to be acceptable by global regulators like the FDA. And I guess one other thing about our dose formulation is that we've put some innovation around how we deliver CBD as well. It's a molecule that has really poor bioavailability, which means a lot of what you take doesn't quite get to the blood where it can do work. Our unique formulation, our solid oral capsule, has shown that it has excellent bioavailability.
How will this trial work and what will patients be taking during this trial?
We're running a multi-site, randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study. So that's a big mouthful, but that's the gold standard trial design that regulators expect. Those patients will receive either 50 milligrams or 150 milligrams of our RX5 or a dose-matched placebo. And the important thing is it's double-blind as well. So neither the patient nor the treating doctors will know what patients are on. And that gives us the highest confidence that if we see a clinical difference, that we can attribute that to the drug, which is the purpose of these studies, and therefore demonstrate once the trial is done, whether our drug has the clinical superiority over placebo, which is what it needs to show for TGA registration.
How long is the trial expected to run, and when will you then submit to TGA? I know you don't have a crystal ball.
It's a relatively short trial, so once patients are enrolled, they only need to stay with treatment for about 4 weeks. We'll also follow those patients up for another month just to make sure that they're completely safe. We've got already over 200 patients pre-screened, so we've got a tremendous demand already shown for the study. So we expect recruitment to be very rapid. We've got 9 sites around Australia, all of those opening in succession. And so I expect that we'll complete full recruitment and dosing in the first half of this year. We're looking to support a robust submission to the TGA before the end of 2023.
What progress has been made since ethics approval in August last year for EMD-RX5?
Once we got the ethics approval, that was the point at which we could start importing our trial material from our manufacturer in the United States. And then we had to make sure we were meeting all the stringent labeling requirements as well and had the very latest stability data. And we'll continue that program to continue to extend the expiry date.
Do you know how you will commercialise EMD-RX5?
So we're already in a number of talks with some potential partners to help commercialise our OTC product in Australia and abroad. But we want to make sure we choose a very competent partner with the appropriate capabilities and resources and deep network, and also a commitment to evidence-based clinical promotion as well in their products to ensure we get the maximum value for our patients and shareholders.
What's next for the cannabinoid program?
A couple of things to note here. We've got RX7, which is our high bioavailable dose product advancing forward. We've already been accepted into a really prestigious program at the National Institutes of Health in the USA. That's a preclinical screening program for pain indications. That's a fully funded, very intensive preclinical program to test suitability for a range of complex pain indications in the hope that we find some products that can help relieve the opioid crisis. That's what's motivated that program.
Lots happening for 2023 and amazing that the phase 3 clinical trial for EMD-RX5 has begun. Thank you so much for your time today, Michael. Look forward to more updates on this.
Thank you, Sarah, and forward to sharing more updates as the year progresses.